Good luck, good luck. All right, not getting enough sleep is one of the biggest drains on your mental and physical health, but for parents, sleep deprivation can be the norm.
Yep. I know what that's like. Well, and so many of you do too. And that's why in this Mommy Monday today, we're trying to help figure out how to maybe help our kids get some more sleep, which in turn can lead to our parents sleeping more. And we are talking with Heather Cartier, a pediatric occupational therapist and pediatric sleep consultant. Did I say your last name correctly?
Cartier.
Cartier.
Yes.
Cartier, like the
jewel.
Like the jewel.
Yes.
The jewel of sleep.
Exactly.
It's a gem when you can get sleep.
I agree.
So first of all, how did you get into this profession?
Good question. So I've been a pediatric occupational therapist for over 20 years and realized that sleep was just another occupation of children. So I added sleep consulting to my resume a couple years ago and have loved every moment of it.
Exactly what do you do? I'm so fascinated.
It's amazing. So I support families, infants, toddlers, bigger kids who are having struggles and challenges with sleep. I support them virtually, one-to-one for 3 weeks, getting their child falling asleep initially at the start of the night and then falling back to sleep in the middle of the night when their child wakes up and has some challenges. A lot of it's behaviors.
Behaviors on behalf of the parents.
And the kids.
And the kids.
Yep.
So, you know, it's so hard when you become a parent, you don't know the signs, especially as a first-time parent. You're trying to read your kid, but you just don't have the resources in your brain because it's your first time experience, or the children, you know, you have multiples and the children are just so different that you don't know how to tap into this to help them.
Absolutely.
So at what point would you say seeing a sleep consultant would be super helpful?
You know, in all honesty, you can start laying down like great sleep hygiene habits from day one. So having your child sleep in the same place every night, having a predictable routine. It doesn't have to be a rigid routine, but certainly a predictable routine. Putting the baby down to sleep at the same time, getting them up around the same time. But most of the time I see families between 5 and 6 months after their child has gone through that 4-month sleep regression, or when they've moved the toddler into a toddler bed from the crib, and then sleep wasn't great before, and then it really starts to implode at that point.
I am not a parent, but if I were, I'd be like, get in the bed with me because I need some sleep. Is that not a good idea?
Not the best idea.
Not the best idea. Why is that?
Well, I mean, for a number of reasons. You want your child to be sleeping independently. You want them to not rely on you or, your warm body to be able to fall asleep. You want them to be able to do that independently. And then, I mean, having a kid in your bed isn't always...
No, it's not good.
No, it's not comfortable.
We're talking about date night ideas for the week. You know?
Exactly, that ain't good.
What a bursting bubble for that, right?
That's not contributing.
Yeah, that's hard. And also, when I think of sleep consulting, for some reason the cry it out method comes to mind, but it's not all about that, right?
Absolutely
Have you heard of the cry it out method?
Yeah, you just let the kid cry. That would drive me insane.
Put the kid in the crib, walk away, and say good night until morning.
Hard.
And it is hard. And that's not, parents aren't coming to me for that support. That's not, there's so many other parent-present ways to be available and to support your child. So the parent feels comfortable with it, the child feels comfortable with it. Most parents don't want their kids to cry, understandably.
Right.
And there's not a lot of learning in that. So really teaching the child how to be independent with sleep.
How do you do your practice? Are you there with the kid at night?
No. I send the family I have an interview with them, we go through a questionnaire, and then I create an individualized sleep plan for the family that supports their child and their parenting philosophy. And then I support them. I use an app. I communicate via text and email and support them, especially on that first night when they're just getting started. I am there and I'm like, you got this. What level of crying are they doing? Where are they at? How are they doing?
That's really remarkable.
You're literally holding their hand, but giving them also a little bit of independence too. Like, you can do it. Here's the information.
Yeah.
Now, here's your homework. Now,
I believe in you.
Put it to
You
work.
can do this. Absolutely.
Wow.
Because they're the ones that are going to be there long term. Their child needs to trust them. Their child needs to gain confidence in the parent, and the child needs to gain confidence in themselves that they can be a good sleeper, whatever age that happens to be.
Are there a lot of people who do what you do?
There are, and it's a growing field for sure.
Seriously?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Do you think it just the way the generation has changed of parents, it's like, you know what, Mom, Grandma, I can't do it the way that you did it for me and for, for Mom. It seems like we're kind of like putting up our white flag and saying, hey, we need some help now.
Exactly. And, there's so much on social media, and there's so many, beliefs that it has to be done the right way. And, the right way is only what matters in your four walls,
Right,
within your
right.
family. It really, and I really want families to understand that, and be supportive of that they know that they can be successful with it.
You got to get this lady on Mommy's Minute.
I am.
Good.
On Mommyhood Unscripted?
Mommyhood Unscripted.
In fact, she's coming up to record a podcast episode right after Great Day at 9 a.m.
Very good, very good.
And this is where you will be able to hear Heather Cartier and all the amazing things that she does. By the way, remind us your website so our viewers can contact you.
www.heathercartier.com.
That's easy enough. There's her information right there on the screen.
And I wanted to offer your viewers a very special nap schedule for infants and toddlers.
Oh.
All they have to do is go over to Instagram, Night Sleep Consulting, and say Scott and Nicole, and
Oh my
I will send it
gosh.
to them. So
That's
great.
great.
Wonderful.
special
Thank
for
you.
them.
Thank you very
Just for your
much.
viewers.
All right. Well, I look forward to
Thank you.
talking with you on the podcast.